Oh my gosh. Am I going live right now? Oh my gosh. I'm struggling so hard with this right now. Okay. I'm trying to use Zoom for the first time, and it is a struggle and a half. I'm currently watching myself, and I don't know. There we go. Okay. Obviously, this is my first live in this group. I'm trying to record on Zoom so that I can share this with you guys later. But now that we have the technology issues out of the way, I am Meredith Rawlings. I'm a holistic life coach and entrepreneur's intuitive eating coach. And I run a one on one program for women who want to learn to transform their bodies and ultimately just love themselves and feel good about who they are so that they can better share their gifts with the world through their business. We really, really need to understand the connection between loving ourselves and the energy that radiates out to the rest of the world. Obviously, what's going on right now is really heavy and really intense. But the more, I truly believe that the more you care for yourself and connect with your intuition and your heart and your body, the better able you'll be to help others, which is ultimately what we all need to be doing right now. So, as you'll learn about me later on, as I do more and more of these trainings, I, more than anything, need you all to have tangible takeaways so that you can implement as soon as we're done with this video. Like, as soon as you finish this video, I want you to start implementing, I want you to start embodying, and I want you to start changing your story. Okay. So, what I'm going to do, just so you know, I'm going to tell you about myself. I'm going to tell you about my story because I know that it's going to resonate with so many of you guys. And I hope that along the way you pick up nuggets and see things that are like holding up a mirror to yourself, and you see that how things can change for you quickly. And what we're doing here is changing your story. If you've done some personal development, you'll already know this, but your story, the patterns that you're living right now, and the things that you are thinking all the time are what dictate your experience, right? So I'm sure you know law of attraction, you know about manifesting, all of that stuff. It's about the things that you're telling yourself. It's about the way that you're thinking. It's about the energy that you're putting out. If you're focusing on all of that for your business and for making money, that's awesome. You're already doing it. But now we need to focus on the story that you're telling about your body and about yourself. So if you've spent a lot of time dieting, restricting, not eating bread, worrying about going out to eat with your friends, worrying about how many calories are in your drinks, all of those things, you're really inhibiting your energy. You're taking away your own power because you're spending time thinking about things that, frankly, aren't that important. They're not going to move your bottom line. They're not going to help you lose weight. And they're not going to help you feel better about your body, honestly. So all of those thoughts are limiting beliefs. All of those thoughts are holding you back in your life and in your business, right? So I'll tell you about myself because I'm not going to be up here preaching all of this stuff. I want you all to understand I've been there. I have been there. I know exactly how you feel. And this is how I learned to dig yourself out of it and to create a new story, create a new paradigm around food so that you're not obsessed, you're not trying to control, you're not constantly thinking about it. Whether your pattern is that you're thinking about food all the time, you know exactly what's on the food label, you're an emotional eater maybe, you go to food for comfort, and like start, I would love for y'all to interact with this. I meant to say that at the beginning, but please, like, introduce yourselves. Tell me, give me some hearts, give me some thumbs ups if this is resonating with you. If you have questions, please let me know. I want this to be a discussion because this is about you. This isn't about me. This is about you. I'm here for you. Oh my gosh, that was a huge thing of thunder. I wonder if y'all hear that. Ooh, spooky. So I'm going to tell you about my story. And then at the end, I'm going to give you 3 tips not tips, but 3 pieces of the process that you can start implementing right now that are going to help you start eating intuitively this weekend. So you don't have to wait till Monday. You can start right now. It's super simple. Yeah, it's going to be great. So here was my story. I remember the first time that I had a negative thought about my body very clearly, as if it just happened. I was 10 years old. I was at swim practice. I remember what suit I was wearing. It was kind of like, it was black with like blue streaks up it. It was a Speedo swimsuit for swim practice. I was 10 years old, and I remember looking at the other little girls and noticing that I was bigger than them. And for the first time, that was a problem. I thought that was bad. It was bad that my stomach stuck out more than theirs. It was bad that my legs were bigger than theirs. It was bad that I was taller than them, which is ironic because I kind of stopped growing after I was 12. So I'm 5'2". But I was bigger than them, and that really stuck with me. And it was the first time that I thought, this is bad. There's something wrong with me. I am doing something wrong. There's something wrong with me. So if you can remember the first time that you thought that about yourself, it'll be really helpful to pinpoint the exact moment. It's not necessarily about like blaming your parents or whatever. It's about noticing like how long has this been going on and what triggered it, because that'll be good for noticing your patterns now, which is ultimately what this is about. So yeah, that just stuck with me. Middle school, obviously, is terrible for everybody. It stuck me through high school. I always felt like I was bigger than all of my friends, and I thought that was bad. I needed to be skinnier. I needed to lose weight. I needed to watch what I was eating, because if I didn't, then I would gain weight. And that was scary. I couldn't gain weight. That was bad. So then I gained 8 pounds freshman year of college, which is not that bad, but I freaked out, right? Freaked. And so that summer was the first time that I really hardcore dieted. Hardcore. I did so many diets, and then I'm sure I did diets before that, but that was the first time I remember. I tried Whole30. I tried not eating bread for a couple weeks, and then I found the like preliminary version of keto, which did not have the science behind it that it has now. It was not a trend. I straight up just ate like eggs and cheese for 4 days every week. It was fucking awful. I felt like I was gonna die, but I was losing weight, so I didn't give a shit. I was like, ooh, I look good. I'm losing weight. I lost 3 pounds this week. And I was on that high of just chasing the weight loss and chasing the weight loss and chasing the weight loss. And people were telling me that I was getting obsessive. People were telling me I was crazy, that I didn't need to worry about this, that I looked great, blah, blah, blah. I didn't care. I needed to be skinnier. And that went on and on and on and on until it finally, and it kind of like ramped up in intensity. And I was just on this quest. It was never good enough. Until I finally was at the point where I was not eating anything that was remotely unhealthy, which now, being a professional, I know that it's called orthorexia, which is a type of eating disorder where the person restricts what they're eating to what they deem to be healthy, right? So whether it's all organic or eating clean or eating only whole foods, if it comes to a point where it's obsessive, that's called orthorexia. So that's what I was dealing with, and I had no idea that it was bad. I was like, I'm healthy. I don't need that. I'm blah, blah, blah. And it was almost like a point of pride because that was part of my story, that I only eat healthy things. I'm the one that my friends come to for advice to help them when they're having a hard time with their confidence, because I'm confident and I'm healthy. And I wanted everyone to think that I had my shit together. I wanted everyone to think that I had my shit together. It was so important to me to be the one that everybody else looked at and was like, she's perfect. I was crumbling on the inside because I got to a point where I was anorexic. I didn't eat hardly anything. I was over exercising. I was under eating, and I was a shell of who I actually am. And I didn't notice because all I cared about was weight loss. All I cared about was being skinny. All I cared about was that praise from other people. Being like, oh my God, girl, I can see your abs. You look so good. Oh my gosh, you look so beautiful. Da, 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 da. That's all I cared about. I stopped caring about the things that I actually care about, which is being a good friend, being a good girlfriend, being intelligent and driven and athletic and strong. I became a shell of who I actually am. And I didn't notice until my boyfriend at the time and some friends had a little come to Jesus moment with me. And they kind of held up the mirror, kind of like what I'm doing for you guys now, which is this is not okay. You're not yourself. You've been sick for 3 weeks. I literally had a sinus infection for 3 weeks. The antibiotics didn't work because my immune system was so suppressed. My digestion was fucked up. I mean, I'm not gonna I'll spare you the details, but I was a mess. And I was ignoring it because all I cared about was not eating. So that was it was really hard for me to hear that. But at that point, I did feel so sick that it shook me out of that enough for me to ask for help. And so what I did then was I went to a counselor because I was like, oh, I need help. I'm going to ask for help for the first time in, years. I'm going to tell somebody that I have all of these thoughts and they're going to help me. Sorry guys, I can't see your comments. Let me go see if I can see what you're saying because I want to respond to you. This technology is not easy. Certainly not easy. Let me see if I can find your comments. No, it's not letting me see. Okay, well, I'll answer you guys at the end. I promise. I'm not gonna just ignore you and not answer you. Anyway, so I went to a counselor. I'm like, okay, she's gonna help me, right? She's gonna help me. She's gonna help me. And I told her what was going on. I told her I was so scared of losing weight. I was scared to eat anything. I was scared of food. I obsessed over food. I thought about food all the time. I was always hungry. I didn't know what to do. And all she said was, and if there are any mental health people in here, you'll freak out because it's fucking terrible. She said, just tell yourself you're a beautiful, healthy young woman. I was livid. I was pissed. Like, what? That's it? That's it? That's all you're going to tell me? Are you serious? I know that. I rationally knew that. I'm healthy, I'm young, I'm beautiful. Great. That's not the problem, right? That's not the problem. So I left and I called my mom and I had this same energy. I was so pissed. I was like, I don't understand. Can no one help me? Can no one help me? I don't even know what's going on. And that was the first moment I had this thought in my head. I was like, I need to be the person that can help other people. I need to be the person that women can talk to because somebody's got to help. I can't be the only person going through this. And so I really, at that point, had the drive to improve, but I didn't have the tools to understand that this was a brain problem. This wasn't something wrong with my body. So I spent the next couple of years, still trying not to diet, but still dieting and still restricting And that evolved into binge eating, which is pretty typical. That's a pretty typical pattern to go, to go from not eating anything to binging, because it's a control thing. We need to control during the day often, and then the pattern will be that you eat everything inside at nighttime because you can't control yourself anymore, right? That's one of the patterns. It's not all of them. And I'm going to give you guys a way at the very end for you to help figure out your pattern. Because if you can identify what's going on with you, it's going to be way easier for you to fix it, right? So ultimately, that was the pattern. I felt guilty. I felt disgusting. I was ashamed of myself. It was awful. And finally, I hit bottom. And I just stared at myself in the mirror, and I had gained all this weight and I didn't recognize myself. And I have the picture. I'll post the picture underneath so you guys can see the fear and the despair in my face. It was awful. And I just was thinking, this is the diet. I've got to do this. I have to do this. I have to lose the weight. And I heard this voice say, enough. I can't do this anymore. And it was at that moment I had finally hit such a level of despair that I had to find a different way. I didn't think it would actually help. I didn't think it was actually possible, but I was so desperate to believe. And thank God I did, because I was right. There is a way. And that's what I'm going to teach you right now. And I discovered that. Here's the book that I got at that same day. I went on Amazon and I found this book, Intuitive Eating. And I read it cover to cover in a week. And I was like, oh my God, this is what I have to do. And I took it further and further and further, and just committed to changing the way that I talk to myself, changing the way that I eat, and making it more fun, right? I had to make it fun. I was so tired of being miserable all the time. I can see your comments now. Caitlin said, needed this morning. Oh, Caitlin, I'm sending you so much love. Amanda says, no stress here. I only eat from animals. It feels amazing and so easy. Perfect. And that's exactly what we're looking for. It doesn't matter if you don't eat certain things. If intuitively you don't want them, perfect. And that's what I'm going to teach you in just a second. That's going to be part of it. Is like, what sounds good to me? What do I want to eat? What does my body want? If you don't want anything that has animal products in it, if that doesn't feel good to you in your heart and your intuition, perfect. No stress, no worries. Hi, Emily. Oh my gosh. I love you too. Hi, Gemma. Okay, perfect. I'm so glad I can see your comments now. Yay. So here are the tips. So obviously intuitive eating is what I teach. It really is, I think, the gateway to tapping into your intuition and really reconnecting with your body. The more you can reconnect with your body, the more appreciation you're going to have for your body, the more comfort you're going to feel in your own body. Your body is going to become a safe place instead of this thing separate that you have to control, right? You don't have to control your body. Your body wants to be healthy. It wants to be vibrant. It wants to support you. It wants to support your dreams. And so here are the 3 things I'm going to tell you to do today. Okay. So if you implement these 3 things, and then you go take the quiz that I've created that is going to help you identify your patterns and ultimately create routines so that you can undo those patterns, you're going to be in business. Like, this is going to change your life. Okay. Number 1 for intuitive eating, listen to your body. How hungry am I? What do I want to eat? Am I hungry? Do I want to eat breakfast? Do I want to eat meat? Like Amanda said, maybe that doesn't sound good to me. Noticing what feels good and what doesn't, and just being curious without judgment. And that's the key here. Ask yourself, what do I need? And don't judge the answer. If you need pizza, you need pizza. If I need ice cream, I need ice cream, right? Like, that's just what's going on, right? Number 2, give yourself what you want. Listen to your body and give it what it wants. Get as close as possible to what you need. Okay, so your body might crave vegetables right off the bat. Great. Your body might crave vegetables and fruits sometimes, and sometimes it really wants pizza. I had chicken fried rice from like a crappy Chinese restaurant last night. It wasn't crappy, it was actually delicious. But it was something that in the past I would never have let myself eat, but I could not think about anything besides chicken fried rice. Haven't had it in years. I don't know why, but it was perfect. And this morning I feel energized. I feel great. My digestion is like on point. So yeah, just listen to your body, give it what it needs. And then thirdly, I want you to work on allowing all foods. If you change the story about what's allowed and what's not, you're going to be able to really, really, really change the control factor and the power that food has over you right now. Okay. So if food is controlling you, if you're trying to control food, there's a whole power dynamic there that we don't need. So if you allow all foods and say, I'm allowed to eat pancakes 7 days a week, I'm allowed to put whipped cream on my coffee every morning, which I highly recommend. It's delicious. If I'm allowed to have this anytime I want, do I need to eat 7 pieces of pizza right now? Probably not. It's really going to help you eat less over the long term because you're going to be satisfied with what you're eating because everything is allowed. So create a mantra around like, I'm allowed to have what I want. I'm allowed to have what I want. I can eat this anytime that I want to. And it will take that frantic energy. You'll end up eating slower. You'll end up enjoying it more. And that's really, really the key here. Okay. So let me see who else has questions. Anna says, we need to be friends. We live close to one another. I'm counting macros right now to gain muscle, but it's such pain. Yeah, Anna, I'm in Wilmington. I don't know where you are, but I totally feel you. And macros, I can do a whole training on this if you guys want me to. Macros is a great tool. Counting calories is a great tool. It's a great tool to figure out where you are and what's going on. And if you have a specific goal of gaining muscle, that's different than the goal of making yourself smaller and restricting, right? And macros, they are a pain. I've done it in the past to do the same thing to gain muscle and to lean out a little bit just for my fitness goals. I didn't last very long, to be honest, because I was like, I don't have time for this. I can't do this. So I feel you. But these 3 things are really going to help you on those days when it gets difficult, those days when you feel like you can't control anything, and the days when you don't even know what to do anymore. Okay. So like I said, if you implement these 3 things right now, you don't have to wait till Monday. That's the beauty of this. You can start right now, even if you have a day where you aren't intuitive, you're not listening to your body and you're just kind of like so busy or going through the motions. That's okay. Give yourself grace, give yourself time to learn this. And I promise it's going to be life-changing. So like I said, if you want to take this a step further and really understand your patterns, what's going on right now with you and how it affects your business, because we all know how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you have freaky control issues around food, you're probably going to be really, really, really trying to control your business in a way that's not helping your bottom line, right? There might be some things that you need to let go of in both areas, or things that you need to, maybe you need to be more intuitive in your business. Maybe you need to learn all of these things. Maybe you just need more confidence to show up and sell. These are things that this quiz is going to help you figure out, and then the results that I give you will help just kind of understand a little bit more about what's going on. And we all love to learn about ourselves, right? We're entrepreneurs. There's like a level of narcissism there, right? And then when you get into the results, you'll also have access to a bundle of trainings that I created around routines. So creating routines that are going to energize you and lift you up and make you excited to not only eat intuitively and do things that are good for your body, but set up your day for success. Tony Robbins is all of it. Like, everyone says you have to do the routines. You've probably done, read books and things like that. But if you're not having fun with it, you're not going to be motivated to do it. So it's just another thing that's like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, blah, 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 I got to do my morning routine. But if you this training that I made, it's going to help you really, really do it so that it's going to make you do it and enjoy it and have fun with it, and ultimately get more in touch with who you are and your power, which is so awesome. And then if you get there too, you can also sign up for a coaching call with me for half off, which is going to be really life changing. And I highly recommend that. I would love to talk to all of you guys, literally all of you guys, all 360,000 of you guys. It would be so amazing. And I'm just here for you all. I want you to know that I'm going to be going live every single week here. Please let me know if there are trainings you want to do, if there's something I've talked about today that you want to hear more about, if you want more guidance on what's going on with you, if you just want someone to talk to, if you just want someone to talk to, please, please, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to just be a listener for you, just to be here and support you. So, and that's what we all need right now. This has been a heavy couple of weeks, and I'm sure you've heard plenty of people telling you all this stuff, and to be a good advocate for others, to help others, you have to help yourself. And I truly believe that. And I know that we all have it in us to just keep spreading love and living in the light and being vibrant and healthy and happy. And so I would love to help you. I'm so happy I got to talk to you guys. This has been a joy. Thank you to everyone who's watching live and to everyone who's watching the replay. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. See if I can figure out how to end this.